In this video, we will learn some basic aspects of computer. First of all, let us see what are the different types of computer. Because otherwise what happens, you get confused. So first let's see what are the different types of computer. So we are looking at types. So the first type is called desktop. Desktop. These are the big computer which you see which are kept on the desk. That is why the name desktop. Normally there are monitor and there is a unit and there is a separate keyboard. So these are called desktop. I am sure all of you have seen one. The second type is called laptop. Now these are the computers which actually by the name lap, because they are originally were kept, they can be kept on the lap. So that is why the name laptop. And in fact they used to be quite big. So they used to be not as big as desktop, but they used to be quite big. That is why they were not kept in the hand but in the lap. So that is why the name is laptop. And but these days basically they are notebook, which you would all seen, and smaller notebook is called netbook. So both are notebook, but there are two names, notebook and netbook. Netbook is smaller both in size as well as in the capacity, and is also in price also. It is like half the price of notebook. If a notebook computer you are getting say for 30,000 rupees, chances are that you will get a netbook computer for about 12,000 rupees. Then the third thing which has come quite recently in last 1 or 2 or 3 years is called tablet. And one of the most important tablet is iPad. So these are like slate, our school slate which we used to do in school. There is no cover on it, and these are called tablet computer. And the good part on the tablet computer is actually you have a stylus or you can write by hand as you are writing on a slate. So in fact, some companies are selling it as with the name as slate or surface, etc., etc., but they are all tablet computer. So, and the fourth computer is these days is coming in along with the phone, and that is called smartphone. Smartphone. So a small computer is there inside the phone, and iPhone is one of the smartphone which is very popular. Similarly, there is smartphone phone from Samsung, uh, and they also have many features which are similar to a computer. In fact, progressively people are saying that desktop, because they are very bulky and other things, they will remain in the office. But number 2, number 3, and number 4 is the one which most of the people will use for their personal use. So having learned what is the computer, let us see what are the basic components of a computer. Basic components. Components of a computer. So you need to learn the basic computer. The first basic component is keyboard. Keyboard. This is very similar to the way the typewriter is. So it has all the alphabet keys, numeric keys, A, B, C, D. And this also follows, the arrangement of the key is also very similar to the typewriter, and this is called QWERTY arrangement. So in the first line in the alphabet, you have the key in this order, K, Q, W, E, R, T, Y. That is why it is called QWERTY keyboard. The second most important component is mouse. And then third is screen. So the first, second and third. And then what is fourth? After this thing, then we need something more, and the fourth is program. Now program is something which may not be visible. Of course, you may have a disk on which there is a program, but program, without program, the computer doesn't work. The difference between all other machines and computer is that it is has this component called program, and that is the reason a computer can do many things. It can work as a typewriter, it can work as a book, it can order food for you, it can order your television screen, it can pay your bills, you can listen to song, you can talk to your friend, you can email to your friend, you can do your typing work, so many things. I mean, it is like almost every aspect of human life is now affected by computer or touched by computer or improved by computer. So, and all of these things are done by programs. And you know how many programs are there? Now there are more like lakhs and millions of programs are there. Previously there used to be like 100 program, 200 program, but every day people are writing more and more programs, and people are making also a lot of money in writing programs. And last but not the least is you require internet. This is a connection. So this is like a telephone connection which you need, and companies like Airtel, MTNL, Reliance, BSNL, they provide the internet connection, and it could be like permanent, it could be like 24-hour internet connection, or it could be a connection where you pay as much as you use. So this is something which is required, and a 24-hour, like which is always 24-hour available without any additional charge. These types of internet connections are available for about 600 rupees per month. Now, so these are the 5 basic components which you need to learn. Otherwise, it basically you will be lost. So once you know all these 5 components, then you should learn how to start the computer. So let us now see how we can start. So the first thing is that even if you are learning car, you should know how to start and stop the car, and you should know what is the emergency brake in the car. So these are the 3 things you must learn first. So and then you will learn, you know, how to navigate the car, how to put it into the gear, and all other things will come later. So the first thing is how to start a computer. The first step is switch on the power. Switch on the power. Power means electricity. So you must switch on the power. Once you have done that, there is another button on the computer, generally a start button. Start button, and you need to press the start button. So find wherever is the start button. This is something you will have to find out. Either you can from the manual, or you can ask someone where is the start button. So what you need to do is you need to press, and you need to press it and keep it pressed for a while, like for a second. Sometimes you just one gentle press, it may not work, because it is designed in such a manner that by, you know, if it is get pressed by some other method or something like that, the computer should not get started. So you need to press properly. After that, what do? You just wait. Once you have pressed the start button, you just wait. Something will happen, something will keep on coming on the screen, but doesn't matter. Automatically, whatever is happening, you wait till the computer asks you to enter your password. So computer may be set for password, or computer may not be set for the password. If it is set for the password, you need to provide the password by entering in the space when the space is shown to you, and then there is a key called enter. So also you should learn what is this enter key, ANTER. So there is a big size key on the keyboard which is on which the word enter is written, and you need to press that key after you have provided your password, and then wait for some more time. After that, wait some more time. So total wait could be like up to 1 minute. It could be in some machines. I mean, the current machines which are coming, they are faster, but sometimes it could take up to 1 minute. And after 1 minute, then the screen will become stable, in the sense no change will happen. Once no change happens on the screen, that means you have successfully started the computer. So once you have started the computer, then you can start doing your work. And once you have finished your work, then you need to learn how to shut down. So the fourth aspect which we are learning today is how to close the computer. How to close the computer. Close. And the term which is used for this is shut down. So normally, somebody who is talking too much, we say shut up. But here what we say is shut down. So how do we do shut down? Now first we will have to find where is the shutdown option. Remember, there is no button on the keyboard, but sometimes there is a button on the keyboard also, but most of the time it is not. And you will have to learn the option where to find this shutdown, and this is normally in the leftmost bottom corner. You will go there, and then you will be able to figure out where is the shutdown. Here you need to take help from somebody. Once you have found the shutdown, then you have to click on it, and that we will learn. You will have to find what is clicking using the mouse, or basically using the mouse, and then you have to click on the shutdown. That means it will initiate the shutdown process. Number two, after that you have done is you have to wait. After that, simply wait, and lot of things will happen. Lot of things can happen on the screen. Screen will come till the screen completely becomes blank. Wait till blank, till blank screen. Once the screen becomes blank, and also the hissing sound will also disappear. Once the screen has become blank and the hissing sound has disappeared, that means you have successfully closed the computer or shut down the computer. And after that, once you have done that, then you can switch off the power. Then switch off the power. It is very important to systematically shut down computer. It is very important to systematically shut down the computer. If you don't do that, and only once it is systematically shut down, then you should switch off the power button. Now also you should learn what is emergency. If you have an emergency, you are not able to shut down, and you have finished your work, and it is like middle of the night, like 12 o'clock, you are so engrossed, and now you are not able to shut down. So what do? And you don't want to wake up your son or daughter because they will scold you. So then the best thing is apply the emergency brake. Now emergency brake is a procedure which you should learn in the beginning, that you go back to your start button and then press it for. So emergency brake equivalent is, or this is called emergency shutdown is, emergency shutdown is, so let me write here. So in case of emergency, you go back, locate the start button again, and then keep start button pressed. and this could be up to about 5 seconds, up to 5 seconds or so, till you will suddenly see that the screen has gone blank, till you will see that screen has gone blank. So that is an indication that your computer has shut down. So this is very important. So shut down the computer after pressing the emergency brake. So let me repeat what we have learned in this. We have learned what are the different types of computer. So we saw what is desktop, what is laptop, what is tablet, and what is a smartphone. And all of them are computer. All of them are computer which help us. Then we saw the basic components. We saw keyboard, mouse and screen, and program and internet. So we need an internet connection also. We will learn more about the keyboard, mouse, screen and programs in subsequent videos. Then we learned how to start a computer and how to shut down a computer. So both process require up to 1 minute. So they have to be done patiently. And we have also learned that it is important to shut down computers systematically. And last but not the least is we also learned how to press emergency brake. Emergency brake is important because suppose in the middle of the night when you are working on the computer, you are not able to switch off properly, then the best thing is that you just apply the emergency brake, go back to the start button and keep it pressed for about say 5 seconds till the light disappears, till the screen becomes blank. And once the screen becomes blank, then and only then we should switch off the power. Otherwise, the shutdown is not proper. And although there will be no damage done to the machine, but uh, some work could get disturbed. So it is better to do a proper shutdown of a computer all the time. Thank you.